who's scheduled to give class today, Mataji? I'm so sorry, I didn't see the message.
Shyama Gauri.
Oh, Savitri Mataji is giving class today. Hare Krishna.
Oh, yeah, thank you so much, Savitri Mataji, and welcome back. We are very
Thank you.
Your nectarian class and your realizations. Thank you so much for giving us your valuable time and association. Please accept our humble obeisances and please take over the call, Mataji.
Okay. Thank you everyone for joining us. Please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada. I'm also very happy to join all of you. I also need all of your wonderful association. So thank you for giving me this opportunity. All right, we are now going to read from Sri Brahma Samhita, and we are going to start from the text number 40. Om Ajnanatimidandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamshtam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Shri Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Shri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Mancha Kalpatarvyascha Kripa Sindhuvya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Srimad Brahma Samhita, text 40. Yasya prabha prabhavata jagadanda koti kotishvaseshu vasudhadi vibhuti bhinnam tad brahma nishkalam ananta ashesha bhutam govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Yasya, of whom, prabha, the effulgence, prabhavata, of one who excels in power, jagad, under the universes, koti shu, in millions and millions, ashesha, unlimited, vasudha adi, with planets and other manifestations, vibhuti, with opulences, bhinnam, becoming variegated, tat, that, Brahman, nishkalam, without parts, anantam, unlimited, ashesha bhutam, being complete, govindam, Govinda, Adipurusham, the original person, tam, him, aham, I, bhajami, worship. Translation and purport given by His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, whose effulgence is the source of the non-differentiated Brahman mentioned in the Upanishads, being differentiated from the infinity of glories of the mundane universe, appears as the indivisible, infinite, limitless truth. Purport. The mundane universe created by Maya is one of the infinite external manifestations accommodating space, time, and gross things. The impersonal aspect of Godhead, the non-differentiated Brahman, is far above this principle of mundane creation. But even the non-differentiated Brahman is only the external effulgence emanating from the boundary wall of the transcendental realm of Vaikuntha, displaying the tri-quadrantal glory of Govinda. The non-differentiated Brahman is indivisible. Hence, he is also one without a second and is the infinite and residual entity. Wonderful point. We are now going to understand about the both spiritual world and material world. As we know, Shri Krishna can be understood, or absolute truth can be understood in three phases: Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. So here it is about the Prabha or Brahman effulgence. We are discussing this verse about the Prabha. Prabha means Brahman effulgence or light. So in the translation, I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord. Brahma is saying, praying, whose effulgence is the source of the non-differentiated Brahman mentioned in the Upanishads. In Upanishads, the impersonal aspect of absolute truth is mostly given. They talk about Brahman mostly. But ultimately, Brahman is not impersonal, but personal. How? The source of Brahman effulgence is a person, Krishna. So Upanishad mentions about Brahman, that Brahman is known as Brahmajyoti, which is coming out from the personality or personal form of Krishna and the Vaikuntha Dhama. Vaikuntha Dham is self-effulgent like Krishna. And Golok Dham, later we are going to understand more, Golok Dham is the last stop in the spiritual world. As we progress in our spiritual journey, we reach ultimately Golok Dham, that is our goal, by the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Now gradually we are now transcending ourselves. Whole process is to come to the transcendental platform by understanding the transcendental truth about Krishna or absolute truth. This Prabha is not material light, spiritual light or effulgence, brilliance that is coming from Krishna. So Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagavan are transcendentally one. Still, it depends on the understanding of the living beings. As we progress, we gradually understand what is Brahman, then gradually understand what is Paramatma, then ultimately we reach Krishna, the absolute truth, as a person. So when we say Krishna, simultaneously we must realize he is the Brahman, he is the Paramatma, he is the Krishna person. But still, Brahman is subordinate to Krishna. As we know from Bhagavad Gita, Brahmana hi pratishtaham. The word Brahma is used in many places for different meanings. Like Brahma can be understood as Krishna, Brahman also can be understood as Jivatma, Brahman also can be understood as Brahmajyoti, or like that, or the transcendental reality also known as Brahman. So here in the verse, Lord Brahma is speaking, whose effulgence is the source of all of the non-differentiated Brahman mentioned in the Upanishads. Upanishads are mostly dedicated for describing the impersonal aspect of absolute truth, Brahman. Why? Because the jivas must understand that he is not the material body. He is the transcendental entity. To give up this material understanding, we have to understand what is transcendence. That is known as Brahman, which is eternal, indestructible, imperishable, and one with Krishna. We are qualitatively one with Krishna. So the Brahman, which are described in the Upanishad, is the same Brahma Jyoti, Prabha. And within this Prabha, all the creation is resting. Just like in the material world, within the sunlight, all the planets are existing. Sun is 93 million miles away, but the source of sunlight, or the basis of existence of all the planets within this material universe, within our universe, is the sunlight. Similarly, Krishna's effulgence is the basis of existence of all the spiritual planets. That means Vaikuntha planets. And the sun gets the light from Brahma Jyoti. Brahma Jyoti is now being reflected through the sun in this material world, because sun has the source of light. As we know from Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Jyotishamapi, Jyotishamapi Tajjot, in 13th chapter. The verse is very beautiful. And the source of all Jyoti, or effulgence, means the sun gets the light from Brahma Jyoti. Actually, source is spiritual, right? The sunlight, moonlight, everything has a source, and that source is Krishna. So here the whole truth is, without Krishna's presence, nothing can exist. He is the support of all existence. He is he is Brahma Jyoti. He is the light or effulgence coming from his body, or the transcendental reality, is the basis and source of all existence. As we know, nothing can exist without a reason. There should be a Karan and then Karya. The material creation is the Karya, effect, and Karan is Krishna. And the spiritual world also has the source, that is Krishna. So this is the point. From Brahma Samhita, all the knowledge we attain is very clear and profound and deep. There should be no doubt about anything about the spiritual truth, about the spiritual world, truth about the material world, truth about the living beings, truth about the relationship between living beings and the material nature, and truth about the relationship between living beings and Krishna. Everything becomes so clear. So, being differentiated from the infinity of glories of the mundane universe appears as the indivisible, infinite, limitless truth. Means this material world is not all in all. Material energy or material nature is not all in all. Above that is Brahma Jyoti, or Brahman, or transcendental reality. Indestructible, all-pervading transcendental reality is known as Brahman. As we know, Krishna is everywhere, present everywhere, through Brahman aspect. That point also Krishna said in 9th chapter. Yena sarvam idam tatam. Everything is in me, but still I'm aloof from everything. Everything is resting on his energy, the Brahman reality. And Krishna always exists as a personality. This is just inconceivable. Inconceivable. How Krishna can maintain his own transcendental form. Although he is everything, still he is aloof. Why he is everything? Because everything is his own energy. Everything is coming from Krishna. Transcendentally one with Krishna. The material energy also transcendentally one with Krishna. How? Because material energy is another form of spiritual energy. Because Krishna is spirit, is completely spirit or transcendental truth. Everything is coming from him is also transcendental truth. Nothing is false. And nothing is material ultimately. But the same energy, when enters into the material realm, it acts differently. So by realizing the absolute truth, we understand the connection between material energy and Krishna. That transcendentally Krishna is one with the spiritual energy as well as material, because nothing is material. Ultimately everything is spiritual. So above the material energy is the Brahman truth or transcendental reality, underlying reality. Shri Krishna is present everywhere transcendentally. Shri Krishna is present in everyone's heart transcendentally. His existence is completely pure and aloof. So we must understand what is transcendental reality, the Atma and Paramatma. The situation of Atma Paramatma is completely transcendental. So as we are progressing in our spiritual journey, we understand the mundane universe created by Maya is one of the infinite external manifestations accommodating space, time and gross things. So within this Mayic creation or the material creation, what are existing? What are everything material, which is bound by time and space. But the Atma is never material. That is transcendental. More we are understanding about the truth of Atma, more we transcend the material realm. That is the whole process. How to transcend the boundary of material energy by being situated in our transcendental identity, that is Atma. The impersonal aspect of Godhead, the non-differentiated Brahman, is far above the principle of mundane creation, of course. Transcendental energy is far superior, above the mundane or material energy. The transcendentalists or transcendental Krishna conscious yogi always remain above the material energy, just like a lotus leaf, although within the water, but leaves above the water. The water cannot touch the lotus leaf. Similarly, Krishna conscious transcendentalist or Krishna conscious yogi always lives transcendentally, although he lives within the material realm, by realizing this point. So he always beyond the realm of three gunas, because next verse would be about the three gunas, means the three modes of material nature. He lives, his existence is so pure that he is always above the three modes. That is our real situation. So, in the purport we are reading, but even the non-differentiated Brahman is only the external effulgence emanating from the boundary wall of the transcendental realm of Vaikuntha, displaying the tri-quadrantal glory of the Govinda. Means triquadrantal means, as we know, Lord Krishna in Gita said that he is existing, everything is existing in his one fraction of his energy. In his fraction means spiritual world is known as Tripad Bhumi, or 3/4 creation is known as spiritual world, and 1/4 creation is known as this material world. Although it is infinite, it is inconceivable, as we are understanding this, but still it is finite. Materially infinite, but spiritually finite. The material creation is very little portion within the spiritual world. Actually, we are living in the spiritual world, but we are not realizing this point. Just like a little portion of land is covered by the cloud, but other areas are fully in the sun, means daylight. So this material creation is like covered by the cloud, material cloud within the spiritual sky. So this material creation is one pad bhumi, or one pad vibhuti, not bhumi, sorry, 3 pad vibhuti, 1 pad bhumi. Vibhuti means Krishna said in the 10th chapter Bhagavad Gita, in the Vibhuti Yoga, about that. And the last verse, or few verses, when he said to Arjuna that what's the need of knowing all the opulences? Just know that everything existing here within my fraction of opulence or energy. But in the purport we are understanding but we understand Krishna's opulence, glories, which is coming from the Vaikuntha planet. From here, that is our whole process. We are trying to understand more and more glories of Krishna, which is unlimited. The non-differentiated Brahman is indivisible, hence is also one without a second, and is the infinite and residual entity. So Brahman is also infinite, because Krishna is existing in 3 different aspects, Brahman and Paramatma and Bhagavan. We cannot differentiate Krishna, Brahman effulges from Krishna, or Paramatma aspect from Krishna. Identical, cannot be divided. Krishna cannot be divided, Brahman also cannot be divided. Brahman means transcendental reality. Cannot be divided. So the self-realized souls, they understand absolute truth in 3 features simultaneously, as Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagavan. So Krishna has both features, impersonal, personal, inconceivable about that, because already we finished, I think, that point. What is that? Where is that? It is really inconceivable for us how he is existing both in a self-contradictory form, personal and impersonal, at the same time. That is Krishna's inconceivable opulence. Inconceivable, simply inconceivable. So that is the point of understanding the Krishna's glories as a Brahman and as Govinda or Paramatma. Okay, so in this way we are finishing this verse, text number 40. Now we are going to the text number 41. Maya hiyasya jagadanda shatani sute traigunya tadvishaya veda vitayamana Sattvabalambi Parasattvam Vishuddha Sattvam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Maya, the external potency, he, indeed, Yasya, of whom, Jagad, under the universes, Shatani, hundreds, Sute, brings forth. Traigunya, embodying the threefold mundane qualities, Tat, of that, Vishaya, the subject matter, Veda, the Vedic knowledge, Vitayomana, diffusing, Sattva Avalambi, the support of all existence, Para Sattvam, the ultimate entity, Vishuddha Sattvam, the absolute substantive principle, Govindam, Govinda, Adi Purusham, the original person, Tam, him, Aham, I, Bhajami, worship. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is the absolute substantive principle, being the ultimate entity in the form of the support of all existence, whose external potency embodies the threefold mundane qualities, such as Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas, and diffuses the Vedic knowledge regarding the mundane world. Wonderful. So, purport. The active mundane quality of Rajas brings forth or generates all mundane entities. The quality of Sattva, mundane manifestive principle, is in conjunction with Rajas stands for the maintenance of the existence of entities that are so produced, and the quality of Tamas represents the principle of destruction, the substantive principle, which is mixed with the threefold mundane qualities, is mundane, while the unmixed substance is transcendental. The quality of eternal existence is the principle of absolute entity. The person whose proper form abides in the essence is alone unalloyed entity, non-mundane, supermundane, and free from all mundane qualities. He is cognitive bliss. It is the deluding energy who has elaborated the regulative knowledge, Vedas, bearing on the threefold mundane quality. So in this verse, Brahmaji is praying, means he is offering the prayer, also saying the truth. In this prayer, he is also saying the truth about the reality. What is the reality actually? So here in the translation, I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is the absolute substantive principle. Very wonderful. He is the Vastav Vastu. That is the second verse, I think, in Srimad Bhagavatam. First canto, second verse. First chapter, second verse. Vastavam. Vastavam atra nirmat saranam satam vedyam. Means he is the reality. Vastava. Substantive principle means reality. He is the ultimate reality. Shri Krishna is the ultimate reality. And we have to understand the reality. And in this material world, this is a deluding energy or illusory energy. We are always in illusion. Means, what is the meaning of illusion? Taking something in place of the truth. Just like the body. We think this body is the reality, or body is the real person. It is not. Here we are always in illusion, trying to always means the intelligent people, they only try to understand what is illusion and what is reality. But the regular or common people, they are completely in illusion. They do not have any understanding that beyond the material energy, beyond the material existence, there is spiritual reality, spiritual understanding. Like beyond the body is the Atma. They don't have any understanding. So Krishna is the reality, transcendental reality, absolute reality or ultimate reality. Being the ultimate entity in the form of the support of all existence means because of Krishna, everything is existing. He is the support of existence. Whenever we talk about existence, that existence is God. Very word existence means Krishna or God. Without his support, nothing can exist. Because whatever we are seeing in the existence is the karya or effect. Karan is Krishna, or reason, or original cause is Krishna. Because of Krishna, anything is existing, everything is existing. So the transcendentalist or yogis or Krishna conscious person is always aware of the transcendental reality. Anything he sees Krishna. Because Krishna is here, that's why everything is here. He is the support of existence. I'm seeing a tree, I'm seeing a building. Why these things are existing? Because of Krishna. Who is supporting this building? Who is supporting this tree? Krishna. So the very advanced devotee always sees Krishna. It's natural for him because his consciousness is fortified with the transcendental knowledge, is applying the knowledge every moment. This is the purpose of reading this Brahma Samhita, because we are trying to understand the reality, truth. At the same time, we have to apply in our lives every moment. As we are reading, he is the support. He is the support of all existence. So, how can we miss Krishna? Anything is existing because of Krishna. That is the whole point. Not to miss Krishna. Not to lose Krishna. Not to lose the vision of Krishna. Not to lose the sight of Atma. Not to lose the sight of Paramatma. This is our goal. Then, whose external potency embodies the threefold mundane qualities. Material nature is made of three qualities. In Bhagavad Gita, whole chapter is dedicated for this purpose. That is chapter 14. Gunatraya Vibhaga Yoga. Right? Shri Krishna spoke in details about the three modes of material nature and how to transcend the material nature. Now we are always caught up within these three qualities of material nature, that is mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. But we have to remember there is no such thing here as pure goodness, pure passion or pure ignorance, or always mostly mixed. And there is a competition, constant competition between the three modes. But our goal is to exist above the three modes, transcend the three modes. That process also has been given by Shri Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, right? Traigunya Vishaya Veda Nistraigunya Bhavarjuna. In the very second chapter he said, the Vedic literatures are dealing mostly about the three gunas. That is the point in the translation also, that whose external potency embodies the threefold mundane qualities, namely sattva, rajas and tamas, and diffuses the Vedic knowledge regarding the mundane world. Vedas are mainly dealing with three gunas. Why? So we can gradually transcend the modes and come to the pure goodness, Shuddha Sattva, a transcendental platform. That transcendental platform is the reality. Unless we come to that transcendental platform, we cannot realize the absolute truth. We may try to understand the absolute truth with our intelligence, but we cannot realize it. So the work is with us. Task is with us. How we must come to the transcendental platform. Because Krishna already said in Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter, Traigunya Vishaya Veda, Nistraigunya Bhavarjuna. Nidandva Nitya Satvastha, Nir Yoga Kshema Atmavan. Be situated on the Atma. Go beyond the dualities. Nidandva Nitya Satvastha. Always remain situated in the Nitya Sattva or Shuddha Sattva or transcendental platform. Nir Yoga Kshemam. Don't be bothered by the material gain or loss. Don't try to protect the material possessions. Always remain on the transcendental platform. Atmavan. And also in 14th chapter, Krishna says, Mam cha yava vicharena bhakti yogena sevate sa gunan samati tetan brahma bhuyayo kalpate. Whoever is always rendering transcendental loving service to me constantly, who is serving me in bhakti yoga. Bhakti yogena sevate sa gunan samati tetan. He can transcend the three modes of material nature, the bondage of three modes of material nature. And he comes to the Brahma Bhuta platform. Brahma Bhuyayo Kalpate. He comes to the transcendental reality. We are made of transcendental reality, Atma. In the Atma there is no any duality. So this is the point in this verse. Brahmaji is speaking about, means we are again hearing Bhagavad Gita in short form. So in the purport, the active mundane quality of Rajas brings forth or generates all mundane entities. So this mode is responsible for our karma. Means we do all the activities when we under this mode. We generate results, karmic reactions to suffer or enjoy later. So we take birth and we die because we are associating with the gunas. That is also Krishna's point in Bhagavad Gita. Karana guna sangasya sadasat yoni janmashu in 13th chapter. Because the living beings are associating with the modes, they take birth in high or low species, higher or lower species of life. Purusho prakriti hi bhunte prakriti jan gunan karana guna sangasya sad asad yoni janmasu. Shri Krishna spoke this truth in the 13th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Because we are always associating with the modes, so we are taking birth and again die. So this business must be stopped. How? To come to the transcendental platform. The quality of sattva, mundane manifested principle, is conjunction with rajas stand for the maintenance of the existence of entities and that are so produced, and the quality of tamas represents the principle of destruction. All these details are there in the Bhagavad Gita. Many places Krishna said about these three modes. When we are in the Satagun, we derive certain kind of experience, means pleasure is there, illumination is there, knowledge is there. When we are in the mode of passion, we develop greed, lust, anger, kama esha, krodha esha, raja guna samudbhava. These points already Krishna spoke in Bhagavad Gita. And tama means we develop ignorance, and we live in ignorance and laziness, no knowledge, no enthusiasm for anything, very dark. People generally experience depression, frustration, this kind of ignorance. Sri Krishna spoke a lot about those things. And they do not understand anything, what is truth, what is illusion, what is eternal, what is temporary, nothing. But when we are situated in the mode of goodness, we understand this. Gradually, everything becomes so clear to us. That's why in our Krishna consciousness lifestyle, we follow 4 regulative principles, and we offer food to Lord. We chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. We associate with the advanced devotees. We study transcendental literatures like Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, and we try to understand the transcendental reality. So these are the items of bhakti. The substantive principle, which is mixed with the threefold mundane qualities, is mundane. Means with the transcendental knowledge is very pure. Transcendental reality is pure. But when it is mixed with the modes, it becomes, it becomes mundane. For example, means our consciousness, means substantive principle means here also our consciousness. Our original consciousness is substantive principle. That is the reality. Soul or Atma is consciousness. Atma is both conscious and consciousness. Chaitanya. So substantive reality means the pure consciousness or Krishna consciousness. This original Krishna consciousness, when it's mixed with the threefold mundane qualities, it becomes mundane. Just like a pure water, distilled pure water, when comes from the cloud, and in the form of rain, it is pure water. As soon as it mixes with the mud, it becomes muddy. So our pure consciousness is now contaminated by the 3 modes. We have forgotten our true identity. We have forgotten our relationship with Krishna, which is transcendental relationship. We are transcendental part and parcel of Krishna. Everything about transcendental truth we have forgotten. And we think we are products of this material energy. So eating, sleeping, mating and defending is all in all for us. And then die, just like animals. Animals do not do anything beyond that. They eat, sleep and mate and defend and they die. Similarly, common people, the conditioned souls. They eat, sleep, mate and defend and they die. They do not understand anything beyond it. In Kali Yuga especially, everybody is very lazy about the spiritual knowledge, means spiritual life. They are not interested to pursue the spiritual life. They are interested in what? Again, same principle, 4 principles of material existence, eating, sleeping, and then die. So that our consciousness is now totally contaminated and covered. And the whole process is to purify our consciousness. Come to the transcendental reality platform. While the unmixed substance is transcendental, and the pure consciousness is known as transcendental consciousness. We are consciousness. Krishna is also consciousness. Krishna is the source of our consciousness. And Krishna's consciousness is all-pervading. Our consciousness is bound within our own bodies. The whole process is connect our consciousness with supreme consciousness. That is known as yoga. We link our consciousness with Krishna's consciousness. That is known as yoga. But when the consciousness is mundane, we cannot connect with Krishna. So we have to purify our consciousness. How? Cheta Darpana Marjanam. By chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. What happens when we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra? When we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we immediately transcend the material designations, material qualities, material identities. Because name is transcendental. No difference between Krishna and name. Because Krishna is transcendental, name is transcendental. So when you chant, we transcend material boundary. Practically, we can observe that in Mayapur. In Mayapur, devotees are from all over the world. So many Russians, Chinese, Singaporean, Japanese, and French, African. You will not understand a bit of their, language. But still, they're all absorbed in so nicely in bhakti. How? Many devotees still live in Mayapur, they do not understand English, a word of English. But still, they live there. One lady, 89 years old, for many years she is living in Mayapur, but she doesn't understand a word English. But she's in so much ecstasy, in bhakti, by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So when Srila Prabhupada came to America, he didn't say anyone, okay, you are not Hindu, so you become Hindu, then you chant. No, because this is the essence of all religion. When you chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, you transcend your boundary. Are you Hindu? You are not now Hindu. You transcend the even Varnashram situation. You are not Brahman, you are not Kshatriya, you are not Shudra, you are not Vaishya, you are not Brahmachari, you are not Vanprastha, you are not Sannyasi. That Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said. You transcend. You are just simply a servant of Krishna, transcendental platform. In Mayapur, so many places they have the notice board, all in so many different languages. You do not even understand what is that. For their, for their convenience, they have different places, their own languages, notice board and other things are there. You cannot understand anything. But they are living very peacefully, harmoniously in bhakti and deriving highest benefit. How do they live there? They're living transcendentally. Without understanding anything, they're nicely performing devotional service. And that was the vision of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Practically, we have to understand what is transcendental platform. They sit in the Srimad Bhagavatam class in English without understanding anything, but with so much faith and love and devotion they have. They hear the class very submissively. And some devotees here and there, they translate, through the, what is called, iPhone, and it transmitted to them through the radio, or they try to understand the subject matter of the Srimad Bhagavatam. So this is the power of holy name. Srila Prabhupada practically demonstrated. From any corner of the planet, a person can chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra and he transcends the material boundary. He transcends the material designations, identity. And we see practically in the Sankirtan, Everyone joins and blissfully chant. They forget about their own identity. I'm American, I'm Indian, I'm Japanese, I'm Italian. They do not say it. They just become absorbed or dissolved in the transcendental sound vibration. This transcendental sound vibration, Hare Krishna Mahamantra, is so powerful. It immediately can dissolve our all material contaminations. People forget about that. Own identities, material identities, and they join in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's inundation of mercy. This is the power of the chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. We must understand this. Just half-heartedly, unwillingly, we should not chant. We understand what is that. What is the meaning of transcendental chanting or transcendental sound vibration? So this is the point. While the unmixed substance is transcendental, and that is our goal, to break through the bondage. We are confined within the cage, like a bird within the cage. Bird is not the cage, and cage is not the bird. But the bird, unfortunately, is confined within the cage. Similarly, Atma is the bird, if we understand through this example. Body is the cage. So you have to break through this bondage of body. How to do it? Come to the transcendental platform. What is the means? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy. Chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra with this understanding. Then we come to the transcendental platform. The quality of eternal existence is the principle of absolute entity. That is the point. Sri Krishna is the absolute entity, and he is eternal existence. Krishna, eternal existence. Krishna, absolute entity. And we are also absolute. What kind of absolute? He is the absolute supreme entity. We are absolute servant entity. Servitude. We are subordinate, absolute subordinate entity. But we share the same eternal existence. That is the principle. The principle of existence is eternal existence of Atma. Atma is existing on that principle, the eternal existence. Because Krishna is eternal, we are also eternals. Nitya, Nityanam, Chetanas, Chetananam, Eka, Bahunam. So we are Chetana, we are consciousness. Krishna is the supreme Chetana, we are subordinate Chetanas. Krishna is the supreme singular, Nitya, we are Nityanam, subordinate Nitya, eternals. So this is the point we have to realize and apply in our lives. We should not see ourselves as temporary beings. The person whose proper form abides in the essence is alone unalloyed entity, non-mundane, super-mundane, and free from all mundane qualities. About Krishna, Govindam. Govinda is above three modes, and he is situated in eternal existence, eternal reality. He is the reality. So, do the souls, Atma. Unfortunately, we are experiencing the temporary life, going through birth and death. But birth and death has nothing to do with the Atma. It's just a false notion about the Atma. Atma never dies, never takes birth. We already heard about reality in 2nd chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So we have to come to that platform about Atma, live as an Atma, So here, as we understand Krishna's truth, we understand about our truth. So here Brahmaji is speaking, or Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur is speaking. He is cognitive bliss. He is full of knowledge and bliss. Atma is also full of knowledge and bliss. And eternal. Atma knows that I am an eternal servant of Krishna. We have forgotten temporarily. Again, we have to revive our whole knowledge and blissful existence. It is the deluding energy who has elaborated the regulative knowledge, Vedas, bearing on the threefold mundane qualities. That is the point Shri Krishna said in 2nd chapter, Traigunya Vishaya Veda Nistraigunya Bhavarjina. Nirdandva Nitya Sattvastha Nir Yogakshema Atmava. The Vedas are dealing mainly with the three modes of material nature, Traigunya. But you transcend these three gunas. You become Nistraigunya. Go beyond the three modes of material nature. How? Atmaban. Be situated as Atma. Go beyond the dualities, Nir, Dandva, Nitya, Sattvastha. Situated in your Shuddha Sattva existence. Nir Yogakshema. We are very much absorbed within this word about Yogakshema. Go beyond, go. And be Atmavan. So same parallel points we are hearing here today as Lord Brahma is speaking, and our Acharya Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur spoke about it. Okay? Alright. Thank you everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Hare Bol.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
Very, very wonderful explanation. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any question or comment here?
Hare Krishna, Mata.
Pranam, Srila Guru Maharaj. Very, very wonderful class, Mataji. And it's very true. When you go to Mayapur, you see different devotees from different places like China, Russia, like that, and feel like talking to them, but they don't talk in English. That's very funny. The Russians just look like Americans, but they don't speak English. But still, they live in Mayapur, so it's very inspiring, Mataji.
Practically you have to see that. Many devotees pass by, they talk amongst themselves, you cannot understand a word.
Yes.
The miracle of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Yes. If you go to Mayapur, then you realize, this is really miracle. And they are like, they stay there. We are like a guest in Mayapur, and they are like their home in Mayapur. So
of course, that is our eternal home. That is our home. Thank you. Haribol, anything else?
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna. So it was very nice, and you would say you are pressing everybody to go beyond three modes of material nature, and it was very wonderful to hear that from so many quotations from Bhagavad Gita and everywhere else. Mataji, I have just one small question that we kind of know that we are not a body and we are a soul. And we also hear it from many places, including you quoted from Bhagavad Gita, then things like that. So how how or what can we do so that we understand that this body is just a covering, and we are not really attached to that? That is a question I have. Hare Krishna.
Good morning.
Yeah. So Gita is all about that. Shri Krishna is enlightening us about this truth from second chapter onwards, right? So we have to focus on the word transcendental. What is that? Transcendental means beyond three modes. Just understand what's the difference between living body and dead body. What is the active principle in the body? The reality is the soul. So focus your mind into soul, not the body. That is the exercise we have to do. For example, an airplane, when it is on the ground, it cannot move fast. When it leaps off the ground, it flies high and high and high and high over. This is the point. Despite of all the knowledge, despite of all the facilities, if we remain on the ground, means on the bodily platform, then you cannot move. You are not moving forward. You live off the ground or the bodily conception of life, you fly. You move forward fast towards the Golok Dham, because that verse is coming up, towards the destination. So leave off the bodily conception of life. That's all about Gita and Bhagavad Gita. That is our foundation. Focus your mind on Atma, Atma's qualities. Totally different. Again and again, remember what's the difference between a living body and a dead body. Am I dead or living? I'm living. Why? Because I'm Atma. Atma is within. Atma cannot even exist again alone. Existing with Paramatma. Akhanditam nirantaram, Srimad Bhagavatam says. Paramatma has not been cut out as souls, individual souls. It is transcendentally part, still transcendentally expansion of Krishna. There's no gap between Krishna and Jiva soul. That is the second chapter. Krishna said that Naidam chindanti shastrani nainam dahati pavaka. Soul has not been cut out from the Supreme Soul. Still we have portion, transcendental. It's transcendental situation, so be focused on the word transcendence. What is the transcendental reality? It can be compared like a flying airplane off the ground, in the air. And when the plane is on the ground, it's conditioned, bound up. So when we are absorbed in the material conception of life or bodily conception of life, we are on the ground, bound up. Live off. As a soul, go beyond and go straight to the destination. And who is helping us? Krishna, Guru, Vaishnavas, and holy name. So pray to Lord, let me experience that. Just knowing is not enough. We have to be there. So transform yourself with the knowledge. Transcendental knowledge, again the word transcendental. Knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Atma is transcendental, nistraigunya. Come to that pure platform, because that is me. So this is the whole point. We are not focused on the reality. That is the mistake we do. Our mistake is we try to gather information as much as possible. Information, there's no dearth of information in our lives. Information on transcendental knowledge, transcendental reality. But now it is the time to experience that reality. Come to that reality. That is Krishna's order. So again, read Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is, what Srila Prabhupada gave us, very sincerely, seriously, very scrutinizingly from the very beginning, slowly, and try to understand the subject matter or the knowledge and apply gradually. And at the same time, chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra by taking full shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It is required. Without the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we cannot understand what is Krishna consciousness. Srila Prabhupada said, and this is the reality. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and gave us the holy name. An effect of holy name we see all around. So similarly, go through the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Become very humble. That is his Sikshashtakam. Understand the reality that I'm just a tiny soul and I have to achieve the final goal of my life. This is the point I can describe in short. Okay.
Thank you, Mataji. Very wonderful. Hare Krishna.
I sometimes think that way. Chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra is like boarding a flying airplane. It's off the ground already. Off the ground already. Transcendental. Transcendental means not in the ground, not in bound state. It is liberated state. Immediately it liberates us from the bondage. We should go off the ground, means from the bodily conception. All right. Thank you.
Okay, can I share a little bit, if it is okay with you?
All right.
I like the example you gave about the airplane. It is also same example. Also, I like so much myself. I like it's an airplane is so big, but in the beginning when it is parked to gate, airplane doesn't even move. It can try all its own. It just doesn't even do anything. Then you have to get some that pusher to push that airplane out. So usually when we are in a completely you could say not in practicing spiritual sadhana, anything whatsoever, then we need a push and pull and all other things to get you going a little bit here and there. And then when it moves from the gate, then all checks and things are done to the airplane. In other words, it checks all its system, making sure the wings are working. Everything is just like all parts are functioning okay. Then engine check and all other check, gate check, everything is done. Then it just starts moving. And then when it comes on the runway, then it gradually and not gradually. It does increase on the speed gradually, but constantly and very high force. It just increases its speed, very high speed, and then at one point in time, it just leaves the ground and it goes to air. So it says Divrena Bhakti Yogena Jajatam Purusham Param, that we cannot just say that we will just perform devotional service. We have to also increase. I mean, how can I receive the Lord? How can I get His mercy? How can I get His mercy? What?
Yeah, both are true. Both are true because it is transcendental method. When you chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra with full attention, it's because it's transcendental. It can be immediate, direct connection with Krishna. Because Krishna is transcendental reality. Name is also transcendental reality. Krishna mercifully descended in this world as the transcendental sound vibration. It can be direct, immediate, because it is transcendental, or can be very slow.
But what I was trying to mention in this sloka, the akama, that the sloka is the brain of
no, not gradually. That didn't say that gradually. The actual translation is whether you are akama, whether you are sarvakama, or you are mokshakama, everyone should perform Tibra Bhakti Jog. Tibra Bhakti Jog means direct and immediate, means with full force. You can achieve. That facility is there. Yes, both are true. You can go gradually also, or you can immediately take off. And when Srila Prabhupada came, it happened. Young kids, they immediately took up. For us, it is so lengthy.
No, what I'm saying is I like the airplane example you
Yes, I like it.
I'm not saying...
both are correct. Both are correct, Prabhu. Both are correct. Means we have to have always hope. That's the point. Why I'm saying that many times we feel helpless and feel there's no hope much. Actually, that is not true. There's always hope. Yes, both are correct. We choose. I choose going this way, slow or immediate. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy is so powerful. If you understand what is transcendental, it's very immediate. Both are true, Prabhu. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Jai Radha.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Madhurji. Gaurangi.
Oh, Haribol. You are there. Haribol, Gaurangi. Bolo.
Yeah. I was wondering if it's correct to say that, in reference to this issue of going from just intellectual understanding that we are not this body, we're Krishna's servant, in reference to going from that understanding to experiencing this fact, you were saying that we should, introspect, try to understand this point deeply, like this, But I wonder if a simple way of getting from point A to point B, a simple way of going from intellectual knowledge only to experiential understanding is to simply chant the mantra. To say, if we understand that the mantra gives us this realization.
Yeah.
So isn't that what we really need to do? As opposed to rereading this chapter 2 Gita, If we have faith that the mantra will give us this realization, do we still need to keep rereading?
Yes, keep reading, of course. Because every reading will be new reading. No. Why I'm saying that? Every reading will be new reading. Transcendental reality is infinite reality. transcendental reality is infinite. It's never limited by material time and space or material intelligence. So when you are a realized person or not a realized person, if you go on reading, every time will be new reading, new realization. That's what I'm saying. Bhagavad Gita is like a magnet. It attracts so much. Lord Krishna is directly speaking. It's so wonderful. And Krishna allows us to understand Him, realize Him more and more through His words. Limitless. Anyway, your point was how to realize the truth more simple way. So Krishna, Srila Prabhupada said, always think that what is the difference between dead body and living body. A person is living because of the presence of Atma. So never lose the sight of Atma, never lose the vision of Atma. And Atma also cannot live alone because the support of existence is Krishna. So Krishna is also there within us. There's no gap actually between the existence of Krishna. You understand Atma, you understand Krishna. You understand Krishna, you understand Atma. Just like if I pull your ear, the head will come. Because inseparable part of the head is the ear. It's not the or if I see the ear, I can see head. For example. That is the Krishna vision. For example, if I see the leaf of a tree, I see the tree. Tree and leaf together, isn't it? If you want to see my finger, you see me first. You see me, also you see my finger. Isn't it? If you want to see my hand, so how can you see my hand? You see the person, also see the hand. Because hand is not separate from the body. Hand is not separate from the body. So nothing is separate from Krishna. Nothing. So the leaf is not separate from the tree. So if you want to see the leaf, you see the tree as well as you see the leaf. So if I pull your ear, I pull the head. Similarly, if you focus on Atma, you also see Krishna because inseparable. So this is the reality. Krishna is the support of the eternal existence. And that is the reality. The more we focus on the word transcendental and the verses given by Krishna is so wonderful. You go deeper. It's never same. And you gradually come to the reality. And how it is possible, easy way? Again, chanting and begging mercy from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because he gave the process. And we have to apply. And you also see the reality during the Rath Yatra time. You see people from multiple cultures, people from multi background, multi ages. Everybody joins and they forget about everything. The material identity, that time they forget everything. And they are pulled into the current of love of Godhead. They become happy, blissful by seeing everyone very happily dancing and chanting. Whether they understand the meaning of Hare Krishna Mahamantra or not, they also join the chanting. They also start dancing, isn't it? This is the transcendental platform. We do not have to know even the meaning of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. What does it mean? We don't need that. Because it's transcendental sound vibration. You have to give yourself completely into the chanting. Whole being into the chanting. From head to toe. The sound vibration is Krishna. The more we are focused on the sound vibration, it is transcendental, you forget about mutual identity. You forget about anything else, any business. And you understand that transcendental sound vibration is transcendental reality, is the transcendental Krishna. we realize it's a matter of focusing our attention or our mind, consciousness, totally focusing. The sound itself is Krishna. That's it. So hear and chant, chant and hear. Like you go into it, means deeply, or you dive into the sound vibration. And by the mercy of the sound vibration, everything becomes easy. And practically we see here in New York, Rath Yatra time, or in any sadhu sangha or any kirtan mela, you see. And in Vrindavan also you go and see. Mayapur is the place to realize the truth practically. All should go there and live for, in time, means at least 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and observe and understand what is the real attraction over here. How everyone is practicing Bhakti Yoga. And everybody is living so peacefully, harmoniously, no problem at all. Practically, I realized this is the spiritual reality or spiritual existence. There's no miseries, no pain, no distress, no conflicts, no problems, just bliss, just happiness, ananda kanda. You practically realize what is the spiritual world, how it feels there. You forget about any problem you have. You forget about anything material you have. You forget about your identity, your designations, your miseries, your pain, pleasure, everything you forget. And you are pulled into the current of bliss. And we are all living for the bliss. And bliss is the love, or love is the bliss. Without love, life is just without any life. Life is dead, means there's no life without love. Without bliss, there's no life. So you understand what is love, what is bliss, what is the spiritual reality that I'm sharing with all of you. Mm-hmm. Right. And people live there so simply. Here, by going there, I understood. We use so many times and energy just for nothing. Here we spend a lot of time on body, decorating the body, arranging material arrangements, these or that. We don't need. Live very simple. Live and then take little prasadam, and you're always happy, always in excitement, always in a blissful mood. You don't need anything. Very simple life. Live very simply. Here we spend our time on so many things. We don't have to do it like that. Anyway, if you have anything else to say.
Just only that, you're saying that the holy name will work even if we don't understand what it means.
Yeah.
And so really that's all we need. So I'm thinking that, our reading of the scriptures, yes, it is true we will have deeper realization of it every time we reread. But if we were, let's say, Haridas Thakur and had, full taste, of the holy name, then it seems that, because it seems like the reading is really to get us to appreciate the value of the holy name. So if we had that level of appreciation, let's say like a Haridas Thakur, then it seems like we wouldn't even need to read. We would just do chanting only,
Of course, Miss, the more we experience the transcendental glories ourselves, realizing of chanting, the transcendental knowledge also comes into the heart. Divya Gyan Hriday Prakashita, we say, right? In Guru Puja, Divya Gyan means transcendental knowledge, which is already stored in the soul. It manifests. It comes through realization. So, what is our position? Our position is to take help from all sources, whatever is available, because our life is very short. Time is not, we do not have unlimited time. We have very limited time, very short lifespan. Moreover, we are so much disturbed with so many problems, these or that. So, very little good time we have in our lives. So, we must utilize that time. It is like early in the morning is the best time. Another realization I had in Mayapur, I met very regular people in Kolkata within our family members and very elderly people. I met our family members, and one lady, she is initiated, and her practice is so pure. She said, I wake up every day 3 a.m. to chant, because at that time chanting is so clear, and my chanting becomes so uninterrupted and so blissful. I never miss my chanting at 3 a.m. She starts chanting at 3 a.m. with a purpose. With a purpose that I have to catch up that auspicious time for chanting to progress in my spiritual life. Her vision is so clear. She says, how long I'll live? I am already 86-year-old. I would leave my body anytime. So this is the one lesson I learned. Ordinary, a lady, widow, and she is living with 3 sons and their families, but so aloof and totally dedicated on the chanting. And she was saying, I learned it. I said, how did you learn this? Wonderful point. And she said, I have seen my grandfather, when I was a little girl, my grandfather always would chant night time. When the whole family is sleeping, at that time, he would chant from 12 a.m. Because try to understand, at the time people would chant 64 rounds, because Srila Prabhupada gave us kindly only 16 rounds. So their commitment was bigger than ours. So she was saying, my grandfather used to wake up 12 a.m. to chant whole night, because he would say, when day breaks, everybody moves and my concentration breaks. I cannot chant nicely. Just like Bhaktivinoda Thakur, whole night he would perform spiritual activities by sleeping few hours. This is a normal Bengali people. Still, people are practicing this kind of principle, waking up very early, 2 a.m., 3 a.m., for nicely chanting. With this purpose they live in their lives, not to be disturbed when chanting. So, as we are very busy people in this country, still we have to make a point that very peaceful, very nice, undisturbed time, that is early in the morning, we must avail that and dedicate ourselves completely in the chanting. That will help us very quickly to get the taste. All right? All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right. I think it's time. All right. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Very nice discussion.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji.
श्री ब्रह्म संहिता की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, श्रील